to do a Gedanken experiment. Anybody know what this means? Ah, we got one super nerd back there. Don't tell anyone, all right? It'll be our secret. A Gedanken experiment. This phrase is one of the favorite phrases of Albert Einstein. Everyone knows who Albert Einstein was, right? Okay. Albert Einstein was really good at coming up with ideas no one could test. Things like curvature of light and gravitational fields, and other interesting exotic things. He also, by the way, invented the fundamental concepts behind the laser. So you can thank this little red dot that I'm shining around. That's irrelevant. Anyway, Gedanken experiment means thought experiment. It's, we might call it a simulation these days. It's thinking about something that you might do, an experiment you might conduct, thinking through what would happen, and then learning from the experience. So it's not as good maybe as doing the actual experiment, but you tend to get a lot of insight into at least your theories from that. You can learn a lot from it. So we're going to do Gedanken experiments here. We're going to design one to test the success of Scrum and Waterfall projects. We will build mathematical models for each. That's the part I like the most. We will conduct the experiment, and then we'll learn from the results. So here's our experiment. We're going to build a data warehouse and business intelligence system. Business intelligence being reporting system. So the idea is the company wants to provide a reporting capability for customers. Right? So there's a capability they're going to sell to customers. Initial concept calls for 6 reports. There's certain basic things we're going to do as we build out this whole system. We, the engineers. Right? We'll build a production environment. We'll configure servers with databases, report software. We'll create database tables. We'll extract, transform, load processes, transfer data to the reporting database, and then we'll write reports. So fairly common stuff in the database world. I'll mention briefly the basic elements of the system architecture, since some of them will pop up. The data resides in an application database, in the online transaction processing database. It goes through a sequence of stages before it gets to the user in the form of a report. It goes through a duplicate of this source database. It then is transformed into the right format, copied to a report database. The reports are run against it from a report server. These are the basic elements of the architecture.